the Bare Feet podcast. We are back. I know we are missing our host, Mr. Vivek Tiwari, Akativu. But I mean, we had to come back today, right, JD? Like, what is going on in the world of football? What the is going on?
The whole world has just gone crazy. I mean, as if the pandemic wasn't enough, now we have the European Super League to deal with. And it's just ridiculous, right? The whole thing.
I mean, do you want to just like? I think we should just discuss briefly. थोड़ा बात करते कि है क्या ये? Well, a lot of people are, I think, still confused कि ये है क्या? ये European Super League out of nowhere. They just come up with this random concept, and apparently, like we've heard snippets, right? Like even जब हम बात करते हैं,
पास में जब बात कर रहे थे, there was already talks कि ये league बनने वाला है. There are already talks of all the big teams forming a league of their own.
League of their own. I mean, that is so ironic. Good wordplay. But what I'm struggling to understand, what is this? Like, can you just explain as to what this league is going to be?
So basically, what this is that all the so-called big teams across Europe, the big six in England, the three big teams in Spain, and the big teams in Italy, right? All of these teams, and they were supposed to be, of course, the big two in Germany and the Portuguese big team. All of these teams were supposed to get together and form a league, which was supposed to go against the Champions League. So the concept is that there would be 20 teams in this league, and it would be a league format of 20 teams. They would divide it into two teams of 10, and all the teams would play against each other. They already have 12 teams as of now, and of course, reports have come out that the German teams and PSG, of course, has rejected the proposal to join this league.
So basically, they're trying to create this Avengers-like tournament where you select all of the top so-called top teams, and it doesn't make sense. If you look at the teams that they've gone for, there's Arsenal. When was the last time Arsenal was regarded a top club? There is Spurs.
When did Arsenal ever play the European Championship? When was it?
And think about it, right? Like they've got Spurs, they've got Arsenal. Spurs are 7th in the league. They sacked their manager today, right? They sacked Mourinho. They sacked Mourinho before the cup final. Arsenal, they're in shambles. They drew against Fulham yesterday. Manchester United. When was Manchester United a force? Like they're second in the table. Like it's ridiculous. Like they're not a force. Man City.
They're not playing the Champions League this year, right? They're still playing Europa.
Exactly. Man City. I understand Man City, but if you look at historically, why is Man City in the top 6? Like you have such big clubs in England. You've got Leeds, you've got the Aston Villas, you've got Newcastle. Like Man City is it's like oil money cup, like 5 years.
Exactly.
And like even for Chelsea, right? Like we are Chelsea fans, but like they've been phenomenally successful. But like, why are Chelsea the elite and like something like even a Everton or something not an elite? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, it's absolute bollocks. And like, just tell me one thing. Like, is there going to be any concept of relegation and promotion in this like 20 people?
The सबसे बड़ा इसका negative point is that 15 permanent members हैं. The so-called founding members of this league. You can't do anything to them, no matter how bad they play each season. Let's say Arsenal, they are placed 20th every season. It does not matter. They will still be playing the so-called Super League. Why?
And the balls to do it at this point of time in the world, right? Like when everyone's going through this pandemic, people are struggling, literally struggling. And like football was such a grassroots sport, right? That's why That's why it's like followed by 4 billion people, because there's this understanding that football is for the fans. Like it's not controlled by the elites. And now what they do, like they've taken this weird shit concept and what's the logic? Like, is it going to be better than the Champions League? Like the Champions League in itself is such a good product. Like, why would you what do you think? Is it just money?
It has to be just money, right? It can't be anything other than that. they're claiming that they want to, improve the whole format and improve the game and bring it to the fans, but you can see through it, right? It's obviously just for the money. They're getting what, 300 million as a bonus to join the league,
Exactly.
and then they'll be getting a lot more money than what they get
Four-
for playing each
billion.
season.
They're quoting figures such as $4 billion to create the infrastructure for these clubs. I mean,
It's ridiculous amount of
what
money.
is going on? And look, the the evilness of it all, right? Like, it's so shocking. Like, JT, we've been following football for about what 10, 12 years now, and like it's so shocking, right? For them to do it so sneakily. और उनको पता था कि crowd backlash होगा. Like that's the sad part. They knew there would be a crowd backlash. Yet they did it.
कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा यार.
And they did it because they know कि Corona में already like they've calculated, right? Like what is the value of fans, right? Like fans coming to the stadium, what is merchandising value? Like what value can a fan bring? वो calculate कर लिया, and they know that even if there's a backlash, it doesn't matter to them financially because some stupid bank is lending them billions of dollars. And where is this money coming from?
JP Morgan.
Where is JP Morgan getting this money? $4 billion and they're funding this bullshit league. Like my understanding of the scenario is like, and like I don't know what your reading is, but my understanding was this is basically a negotiation play. Like these are all these owners. If you look at the top 6, and if you look at all of the owners, like, and some of them, like, and most of them are Americans, and the sheikhs, right? So for them, like I think their understanding was if you played this card, UEFA, the FA, they would somehow agree to a lot of their demands. And some of their demands were around higher voting rights, right? In the Premier League, everyone gets equal share of voting rights. In the Champions League, you don't get preferential treatment just because you won like a bunch of things or your owner has so much money. So my idea was like before the UEFA would come up with they've come up with this 36 team, very similar, 10, each team gets to play 10 games. And so my understanding was that this was just a negotiation point that, if you don't give us what we want, we're going to break away and create a league. And Florentino Perez, who is supposedly the president of this whole stupid league, he has said that if they ban players who play in the European Super League from the World Cup, I will start my own World Cup. And where are we this? Like,
it does not.
I don't know if that's your reading as well.
It's just shocking, right? It's just shocking. I mean, you already see the reaction that you're getting on this, right? Be it the coach. I mean, the coaches can't say it directly, but I think there was an interview of Klopp a couple of years ago in which he said, who would want to see a Real Madrid versus Liverpool every single year?
Exactly.
It would get monotonous. There would not be that feel, right, that you get when you draw against a team that after a couple of years or 3-4 years in a semi-final or a final. You would lose that charm.
Exactly. And you would lose that charm because you haven't earned it, right?
Exactly.
You're just there because like your owners have some money and they're creating a group. What is this? Like, especially for like Chelsea, right? Like, I just don't get it. Like, I'm so pissed off. Like, I understand Arsenal. I understand.
Yeah, I understand Spurs and Arsenal, right? They're absolutely nowhere in the scene. They want to be among the big teams in the Europe. Spurs have their new stadium. They need to repay their debt. Understandable. They need the money. Barcelona needs to repay their debt. They need money.
One club I understand is Barcelona.
Right. We've already talked about Barcelona, right? When we did our last video. The amount of debt that these people have, it's just ridiculous. But then clubs like Man City or Chelsea, the amount of money that these clubs already have.
Exactly. And it's not as if they're in bad debt situations, right? Like,
exactly.
If you look at their financial performance, like of course, coronavirus is an aberration, right? Like you can't base your future projections on that 1 year which has gone askew. But like what pisses me off is you get a coach, a German coach, who has taken the world by storm with an amazing start, right? Like one of the best starts. Like, I mean, Hansi Flick did something out of the world last year. We're not there yet, but think of it, right? You get the German manager. He's getting into the top 4. He's gotten into the semi-finals of the Champions League. You're in the finals of the FA Cup. You have spent $250 million on players last year, right? You have such a great chance to build. and you break away and you do this nonsense just when there was so much hope around the club, right? So
And
much hope.
this season could have been so good for Chelsea, right? You could have reached the Champions League final, maybe even won it. You don't know. You could have won the FA Cup. That is a huge achievement. And you've gotten a manager, what, 4 5 months ago? That's just it's just stupid.
Stupid. And think of it, right? Like, and I just don't get it, right? And there's been a lot of talk around that fans will eventually, come to like it. Like if you ask me, I think that's a possibility. Like तू बता, अगर चेल्सी चला गया सुपर लीग खेलने, ऐसा तो होगा नहीं कि हम देखना छोड़ देंगे. Like, हम देखेंगे जरूर. But एक चीज बता, मतलब what is it? Like it's going to become like the IPL, right? Like कोई relegate नहीं हो रहा है, कुछ नहीं हो रहा है.
Exactly.
कोई league चल रहा है. Every year there's this
fun in that.
There's nothing in it. Like you've lost the essence of football. Like you've completely lost.
Champions League, Premier League may be the only thing left would be the to win the Premier League title. Champions League qualification का कोई मतलब नहीं, Europa League qualification का कोई मतलब नहीं. What is the whole point?
And what is the point of the Premier League then? Like some people are like
केवल बस league जीतना is.
Like not even league जीतना, मतलब तू सोच ना कि तेरे पास ये European Super League है, ठीक है? Which is paying you 300 million a year, regardless of how you perform. यहाँ पे Premier League है, which will be significantly weakened. So the revenue that you'll be getting is not the same as you're getting now.
और Big Six
prioritize.
Financially सोचना Big Six कितने strong हो गए हैं, transfers वगैरह में they clearly have an upper hand. बाकी teams compete करने के लिए they have no chance. Financially तो there's absolutely no chance.
This is like it's it's like monopolistic thinking, right? Like, we are spending so much money. Why should we be relegated? Like there are some comments. Fabrizio Romano ने comment, बहुत सारे comments आए, and the one thing that I find like utterly disgusting is the fact that there was this board member. So Sky Sports had this interview with the board member. Secret, of course, they don't give away their sources. And apparently, what the board member said was like through the discussions yesterday, last week, the discussion was fan fury. Like, how are the fans going to come out and react to this statement? And there was unanimous agreement among the owners of these clubs that fan fury comes second. Profits is the top priority of these organizations. They're calling it organizations, not football clubs. Profit and the overall well-being of the game is third priority. I mean, who are these people and where are they coming from, right? Like,
it's just so sad to hear this, right? There are people whose lives literally depend on this game. Their well-being depends on their game. Their whole well-being, the mental well-being depends on how their teams perform.
Exactly.
And then the owners come up and say they don't give a shit. All they care about is money.
No,
that's just sad.
And to think of it, like, I just don't get it, right? Like this, I don't know how they're calculating and who makes these decisions, because at the end of the day, what is revenue for a football club? Fans watching, fans buying. What are you without fans? Like, how can you say profit and then fans when all your profit is coming from fans?
From fans, exactly.
But anyone...
I'm sure there has to be some sort of backlash when Man City and Spurs play in the Carabao final, right? Supposedly there are 8,000 fans allowed. There has to be some sort of backlash, right, when the fans are allowed in the stadium.
And I think that's one of the reasons why, that's a very interesting point. I think that's one of the reasons why they did it now.
Exactly, because they can't have the backlash right away.
Exactly,
and won't be able to do anything except for, writing it on Twitter, Facebook, whatever.
Exactly. Like you're not going to have vendor out protests.
Imagine having 50,000 fans in the stadium protesting against you.
Exactly. And imagine Anfield. Like imagine Liverpool. Like that is a club. And no matter how much you hate it, you have to give it to their fans. Imagine Anfield, 50,000 people at Anfield, and you go and tell them that you basically don't matter. It's the profits. I mean, it hurts. It's like this is going to destroy football. And a lot of people, and Jyoti, I don't know if you've heard, but a lot of people are saying that even the Premier League was a breakaway league. Like in 91, when Premier League was formed, it was a breakaway league from then the then first division.
Okay.
So that's what they're basing their rationale on. That if the Premier League was a breakaway and could become such a big success over time, and we are where we are because of that breakaway, no matter what you say now, it's not going to matter 10, 15 years down the line when the European Super League is going to become your World Cup, it's going to become your Champions League, it's going to become your Premier League, it's going to become basically everything there is to football. What do you think about it? Like, I think it's a shit parallel to draw.
It is. I mean, it's just they. I mean, they're. It's just the money talking, right? They're trying to find something to defend their the step that they've taken, right? Because in the end, they have to justify why they've done this, and they can't say we did it for money.
Exactly.
So they have to put something else behind it. So
exactly. Yeah.
It's just sad. Just too.
Like what pisses me off even further is that like yesterday night, like at 11:30, my time, UK time, 11:30, each and every one of these clubs posted at the exact same time. And these are clubs. Like think about United and Liverpool sitting in a boardroom planning to tweet at the same time. Chelsea and Arsenal sitting in the same boardroom planning to tweet. It just sickens you, right? Like
so sad.
These teams have 100 years of
rivalry. I know.
Like they're not literally like they can kill each other. Like that's the rivalry. And then I mean, this is just corporate bullshit. And these governments and all speaking up against it. You think they didn't know about it? Like, I mean, like they want us to Boris Johnson coming out, Emmanuel Macron coming out. Why is Macron coming out? Like PSG haven't even like they are. But like the one thing that came out of all of this was the fact that football is run properly in some countries like Germany, where fans have like a 51% stake in these clubs, so they don't even have the balls. I'm sure they want to. You think like a club like Bayern doesn't want to join the Super League? A club like Dortmund, they want to, but they know the backlash that they'll face because they're majority owned by the fans.
Right.
Whereas, like, I mean, people are saying great, they're taking a stand and all that. I think it's bullshit. Like, I just think it's like given a chance, they would join the Super League. But it's just because like the fans are so powerful there. But I don't know. I think this is going to destroy football the way we know it.
Exactly. It definitely will. I mean, I don't see it doing any good to what we are doing today. Of course, the Champions League could do with a few tweaks. They've already come up with a 36 team system, like you said earlier, right? They've come up with a system. Maybe they're planning to remove the whole group stage and moving it to a league sort of thing. So they're already doing tweaks, and it was already in plan before the whole Super League thing came out.
But that's the point. I really like, think of it, right? Clubs like Arsenal, Tottenham, United, even the likes of the Milans of the world, like they're not guaranteed a Champions League slot, right? They're not guaranteed. Like, that's what, because clubs, like there's such innovative clubs in the world, right? There's the likes of Atalanta. Then you have the likes of Leicester. You have the likes of even the likes of West Ham coming up, right?
Exactly.
And
look at the journey of Leicester, right? They were absolutely nobody. Absolutely nobody. They won the league. And look at them now, they're constantly fighting for the Champions League spot.
Constantly. And that's what pisses me off, right? Like there's no meritocracy in this stupid idea. It's not as if they're picking the top 4 from the Premier League, the top 4 from the La Liga. They're not doing that. They're just picking up clubs like randomly who self-proclaimed great clubs.
If they'd done that, right, maybe there would have been some sort of merit and there would have been some sort of support to this.
Exactly.
But because they have the so-called founding members who are guaranteed a seat, whether or not they're in Premier League, if they get relegated to Championship, it does not matter. They'll play the Super League.
Exactly. But like one thing is good, right? Like we've seen a lot of fan unity. Like I was watching a lot of, like I couldn't sleep last night, of course. Like a lot of us couldn't. Or if we did sleep, we had like bad dreams about this shit. But a lot of like unanimously, I don't think anyone's fought this idea. Like unanimously, like,
exactly
across the board, unanimously no one's for this idea. I was watching AFTV, of course, they're going ballistic. I mean, they go ballistic anyway. I was watching like this Chelsea fan club as well, the Spurs fan club. Everyone's come out against it. But like that's what pisses me off, right? Like you know the fans are going to be against it and you do it. That tells me two things, right? One, like we're dispensable, right? Like what are we? We're just watchers. We have nothing. Like we have no say. I mean that's what pisses me off. Like you know the fans are going to be unhappy.
और
You still do it.
इसमें players, the coaches, all of these guys are in a fix, right? It's the club, the board of a club has made a decision. If they go against it, they can lose. It's their job, right? They can lose their job.
100%.
And if they don't, the fans are going to criticize them, saying that they're not taking a stand.
Exactly. And that's why the kind of people who have come out and spoken against this are teams who are not participating.
Exactly.
Or people who don't have much of a say in this whole thing, like Ozil and stuff, like people like that who are in Fenerbahce and probably would never. Yeah, it's Jerry. I think we're out of time today, but like this is like we keep this going. Apologies to everyone, all our subscribers. Like we've taken some time to come back, but like we were planning it for a long time. It's just that all of us were caught up in like different things vis-a-vis COVID and whatnot. But we probably try and get something out almost once every 2 days. But we'll keep following this super closely. Thanks, JD. Good night.
All right, thanks.